This is the 2017 State of the City series, where today we feature the City of Newport News. The annual State of the City series highlights the peninsula's diverse attributes and strengths with a look at the past year's successes and a glimpse into the future aspirations of the cities of Newport News today and Hampton later on this month. Let's just pause for a moment of silence, of reflections for the victims and families of the Las Vegas tragedy and for our country. Thank you. And once again, thank you to Old Point National Bank for serving as the series presenting sponsor. Once again, your leadership within our region is truly invaluable, and thanks to all the other sponsors as listed in today's program. As always, all of you are very special guests. However, I would like to recognize some of you for your various leadership roles in the community. First, we'd like to welcome the Lord Mayor of the City of Greifswald, Dr. Stefan Fassbender, and the delegation from the sister city. Thank you so much for joining us. And that could have created an international incident in my pronunciation. We'd also like to welcome the Commanding General, the United States Army Center for Initial Military Training, and the Senior Mission Commander, Fort Eustis, Major General Malcolm Frost. The Commander of the 633rd Air Base Wing, JBLE, Joint Base Langley Eustis, Colonel Sean Tyler. The Commander of the 733rd Mission Support Group, JBLE, Fort Eustis, Colonel Bo Clayton. From the Office of Congressman Bobby Scott, DeMontre Boone. From the Office of Senator Kane, Diane Kaufman. From the Office of Senator Warner, Aaron Carter. From the Virginia State Senate, Senator Monty Mason. Delegate Matthew James. Delegate David Yancey. Delegate Chris Stolley. Delegate Marcia Price. Delegate Mike Mullen. The Secretary of Veterans and Defense Affairs Office, Julie Gifford. From Newport News Neighbors, the Mayor of Hampton, Donnie Tuck. Vice Mayor Linda Curtis. And council members Jimmy Gray, Teresa Schmidt, and City Manager Mary Bunting. We have from the City of Newport News, Commissioner of Revenue, Priscilla Beal. Clerk of the Court, Gary Anderson. From the Newport News School Board and Administrative Offices, the Chair, Gary Hunter, the Superintendent, Dr. Ashby Kilgore, and board members, Carlton Ashby, Douglas Brown, John Ely, Marvin Harris, Shelley Simons, and Jeff Stodgel. Also, we'd like to welcome the Chair of the Chamber of Commerce, Dan Chenoweth, and the Chair-elect, Kevin Joyce. Our hosts for today are Mayor McKinley Price, City of Newport News. I'd like to welcome Valerie Price. They had council members Pat Woodbury, Sharon Scott, Sandra Cherry, Marcellus Harris. Newport News City Manager Cindy Rolfe, and her husband, Chris Rolfe. Okay, who'd I forget? If I forgot anybody, raise your hand, okay? We'd also like to acknowledge if there are board members from the Chamber Board, if they would just please rise. Okay, we have a few. We are also honored today to have the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command Band's Eastern Reeds performing under the direction of Staff Sergeant Michael Cohen. Thank you very much. Please rise for the presentation of colors and render appropriate honors. The Newport News Public Safety Honor Guard are presenting the colors. And then please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem and until the Honor Guard retires. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. It is my honor and privilege to introduce Newport News City Manager Cindy Rolfe. Cindy began her career in local government over 30 years ago and was appointed Newport News City Manager in March of 2017. She began working for Newport News as an assistant city manager in February of 2008. She's a graduate of the University of Pittsburgh, majoring in political science and urban studies, and continued her studies at the University of Pittsburgh's Graduate School of Public and International Affairs with a concentration in urban government. She serves on the board of the HRPDC Hampton Roads Planning District Commission, the board and executive committee of Newport News Green Foundation, and the board of the Peninsula Fine Arts Center, just to mention a few of the ways she spends her spare time. Cindy is a member of the International City Managers Association, the American Society for Public Administration, and the Virginia Local Government Managers Association. She resides in Newport News with her husband, Chris, and her dog, Bailey. Please welcome City Manager Cindy Wolf.
Thank you, Mike, and good afternoon. It is wonderful to have a sold-out crowd, and I know you share my anticipation and are looking forward to hearing from Mayor Price, and lunch also. But first things first, okay, you can admit it, I bet you're wondering what is up with those interesting centerpieces. Well, my job today is to kind of set the stage and to talk to you about the centerpieces and explain why you have blocks at your seat. And I was given specific direction from the mayor to tell you they are not to be thrown at him. Okay, so you got that. And if you haven't already noticed, I'm not quite sure how you could, the theme for this year's event is building our future one block at a time. And as you can see, we literally carried the theme through with our decor. However, the blocks don't just match our theme for today, they also represent the city's current comprehensive plan, which is entitled One City, One Future. This plan, One City, One Future, tells the story of Newport News. It speaks to where we are, where we want to be, and how we will get there in planning for the success and prosperity of Newport News into the year 2040. Wow. The plan serves as a blueprint for the programs and the projects that we will be undertaking over the next several years. And as we design and build the future of Newport News, it is so very important to have input engagement from our citizens and our business community. One City, One Future is citizen-driven and has evolved from the voices of the people who give the city its unique character. It is from their work and from their efforts that the dream for Newport News as a great city was created. So do the centerpieces. The centerpiece on your table represents the foundation for our city to achieve that dream. But as you can see, it is missing a few pieces, and we would like for you to help us make it whole. So as you enjoy your lunch, take a moment to think about the future of Newport News. What are the building blocks that you feel need to be in place for a strong foundation as we work to realize the dream for this city? We have markers on the table for you to use to write on the blocks. You can write on the blocks. We ask you to tell us what you feel is vital to this city's future. It could be an amphitheater, it could be housing, it could be revitalization, it could be health and recreation centers. Whatever it is that you feel that you'd like to put on that block is your dream for the city. So please feel free to discuss your thoughts with those around you. And at the end of the event, we will use your ideas as we continue to build our city, one block at a time. So please fill in your blocks and enjoy your lunch. Thank you.
Well, first of all, as in most of these events, I did miss somebody, and fortunately, the person I missed is a very good friend of mine, and I neglected to introduce the Sheriff of Newport News, Gabe Morgan. Gabe? Wow, it's great to have friends like that. It's my honor to introduce to you the presenting sponsor of this year's event. Rob Shuford Jr. is the President and Chief Executive Officer for Old Point National Bank. He has a degree in biomedical engineering from Duke University and has spent time with the United States Navy and in various positions medically related in Indiana before returning home and returning to Old Point. He is the immediate past chair of the Peninsula Chamber of Commerce and has been involved with Lead Peninsula, Civic Leadership Institute, Fort Monroe Authority on the Finance Committee, Greater Peninsula Now, and the Virginia Peninsula Rotary Club, just to mention a few of his many commitments. Rob and his wife Lori reside in Hampton with their 3 children, Megan, Taylor, and Nicole. And please welcome Rob Shuford to introduce the Mayor of Newport News.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you to everyone in attendance today. As we learn about and show support for all the great things happening in the city of Newport News. Old Point is pleased to sponsor, for the 5th year, the Newport News State of the City with the Virginia Peninsula Chamber of Commerce. At Old Point, we are proud of our history of service to Newport News and the entire Hampton Roads region. It is Old Point's mission to provide our customers with innovative banking products and financial services. When you become part of the Old Point family, you have access to generations of experience provided face-to-face by people you know and trust. 100% of our employees live, work, and shop in the footprint in which we serve, and we pride ourselves on creating a better community every day. Today, I have the great honor to introduce our keynote speaker. Mayor McKinley Price, a native of Newport News, who after serving his country as a first lieutenant in the United States Army, has spent most of his life serving the people of Newport News and Hampton Roads. He received his Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Hampton University and earned his Doctor of Dental Surgery from Howard University. He performed his general anesthesia residency at Providence College in Baltimore, Maryland in 1977. Since that time, Dr. Price has been practicing comprehensive dentistry right here in Newport News. Dr. Price has received honors and awards from various professional and civic associations, including the NCCJ Humanitarian Award, the Peninsula Chamber of Commerce Distinguished Citizens Award, and the Daily Press Citizen of the Year. Many, many others, too numerous to list here today. Dr. Price previously served on the Newport News School Board for 8 years, was appointed to the Newport News City Council for a 5-month period in 2004, and appointed by Governor Warner to the Virginia Economic Development Partnership Board. In May 2010, he was elected mayor of the city of Newport News and was re-elected in 2014. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Mayor McKinley Price.
Thank you, Rob. This is the 5th year Old Point has served as the presiding sponsor to our State of the City event. Now, if you read the mission statement of Old Point, it has a phrase in it that says, "We will be full partners in the growth and development of our community." Well, Rob, mission accomplished. Thank you and Old Point for your continued support and commitment to the city of Newport News. Mike, here we are again. Thank you and the Chamber for providing us with this important medium to keep the citizens of both Newport News and Hampton informed. We believe in transparency and accountability, and you certainly help us achieve this through the State of the City series. Today's music was performed by the United States Army Training and Doctrine Command Eastern Reeds, under the direction of Staff Sergeant Michael Cohen. We are a proud military community and are truly blessed to be the home of so many of our nation's service members, veterans, and their families. Thank you for your service. Let's give them a hand. Please join me in welcoming some very special guests. Mayor Fassbender and a delegation from the German sister city, from our German sister city. This year, we are celebrating 10 years of sisterhood with Greifswald. Today is very significant, as October the 3rd is German Unity Day, which is celebrated annually to commemorate the signing of the Treaty of Unification after the fall of the Berlin Wall. Mayor Fassbender is only the 2nd democratically elected mayor of Greifswald since unification, and it is a very special honor to welcome him and his delegation here. Now, I know that Mike formerly recognized the City Council, but I want to acknowledge again Vice Mayor Vick, Councilman Bateman and Harris, and Councilwoman Sherry, Scott, and Woodbury, who work with me every day to do the people's business. Ours is not an easy job, but let me tell you, you will not find a more committed, caring, and passionate group of public servants, and I'm pleased to serve with them. I also do want to take a moment to congratulate Councilwoman Pat Woodbury, who was installed last night as president of the Virginia Municipal League. Congratulations, Pat. This is an important leadership role, and we look forward to you being a voice for Newport News and other Virginia cities. None of what we talk about today would be possible without the hard work and dedication of nearly 4,000 employees who work under the leadership of our city manager, Cindy Roth. Simply put, they are the foundation of our city's organization, and they exemplify our core values and commitment. Those commitments are caring and collaboration, which they exemplify every day. When we think about foundations, we also think about supports that make a strong structure. For me, that is my wife of 43 years, Valerie, my mom, my son, Lenny, and Marcia, my daughter, who is also in public service here, and she is here with me today. I'm very grateful to you for your understanding and support, balancing family and public life. Now, council can attest to the fact that when we seek public office, our families serve alongside us. So on behalf of council, I thank our families for the sacrifices you make and for your love and support. As I look around this room and see the many people and organizations that are represented here today, it affirms for me the value that you, our community partners, place on being engaged in your city. Just as important, we too value your commitment and engagement. We understand the significance of civic and government partnerships in building strong communities. This year has been an enlightening one for me. I've had the privilege to participate in conferences and events on the state and national level, as many of my city council members have also. When we go to these conferences, we come back with national and international best practices and ideas that help us address some of our own local issues. However, I am always amazed at how we as a city underestimate all that we have accomplished and the wonderful assets and opportunities that exist here in Newport News. I hope that today, as you witness all that we have accomplished together, that you will experience a sense of pride in the solid foundation we are building and a sense of excitement about what the future holds. You know, growing up, my parents taught us to dream and to dream big. They also told us that the bigger you dream, the harder we would have to work to make that dream a reality. And so at home, they helped us to build character and a strong work ethic. They sent us to church to build a strong Christian foundation. They sent us to school where teachers and coaches stressed the importance of schoolwork and teamwork, the need for a strong educational foundation. And they sent us into the community to build relationships with neighbors and to serve others. Because my family and community gave me the building blocks I needed, my dreams became a reality. Let us work together to establish our own blocks for Newport News so that this great city's dreams too can become a reality.
As we think about the building blocks of a great community, we think about things like economic development, we think about things like education, but I think cultural institutions can play a role as well. At the Mariners Museum and Park, we say that we connect people to the world's waters because that's how we're connected to one another. The idea is that our connection to the water, our shared maritime heritage, binds us together as a city. But that's not only true of our city, it's true of Hampton Roads, it's true of our country, it's true of the world. We have this incredibly powerful narrative to tell of one of the key building blocks of our city, and that is our connection to the water.
I can speak as a wife and a mother, a resident of the city, a business owner here in Newport News, and I think that we're really set up for success moving forward. It's business development. Are we promoting and building the economic base by job creation and promoting the success of businesses large and small? There are organizations in the city of Newport News like the Boys and Girls Club, like the United Way of the Virginia Peninsula, that are there to make sure that every person in our city can live with dignity. And so how do we, or will we, continue to foster the success of those kinds of organizations in our city? I'm excited about the direction that we're taking. I have 2 sons actually. And so knowing that one day they're going to grow up in a great city and the one that I helped to create and build, it's exciting, it's encouraging for me, and I'm very, very hopeful for us.
I believe one of the most important foundational building blocks of our city is our education system. Here at Newport News, we ensure that our kids graduate college, career, and citizen ready. My dream for the city is to have each and every one of our students graduate with not just a high school diploma, but also with a certification or an associate degree from our local universities. With these degrees that our kids have, they will be able to go directly into employment using the skills that they have through our magnet school, where we currently have aviation, we have health science, we have the IB program, we have robotics. I see a workforce where our students can take the full advantage of those STEM career opportunities that we currently have in our city.
Here at Tradition Brewing Company, our building block would be community. We're all from Newport News. We were born and raised. We're honored to have the first craft brewery within Newport News. I think small businesses are important to the city of Newport News. We are anchored by large corporations that bring in a lot of traffic, and I think it's important to constantly have creative niches to attract these visitors, wanting them more, wanting them to come back to our hometown. Along with that, I think it's so important, and Newport News has done such a great job for us, is to support these small niches, these small creative patches within our community. So in the future, I would hope that the city of Newport News would continue to be supportive of small businesses.
Well, my dream is to bring more economic development to the East End, as far as providing more jobs for the residents. I see Newport News being an inclusive instead of exclusive community. I see us as being residents, as coming one, the East End, the North End, Denby, everyone just having the same opportunities, because we all live under the common belief of love and we want the best for our children. So that's why I'm so happy that we're starting a process with the Choice Neighborhood Initiative, and in the hope of revitalizing Ridley Circle is just amazing. That site can be the incubator for small businesses, for just everything that our children need, and just encompass education, economic justice, voter registration, everything to change our entire community, and that's so much needed. So yes.
Well, Fort Eustis has a historical presence in the city of Newport News. It goes back almost 100 years. The city's always provided tremendous support for Fort Eustis. Joint Base Langley Eustis and Fort Eustis in particular continue to work with Newport News officials, citizens, private organizations to partner on mutually beneficial interests. Joint Base Langley Eustis, more than 54,000 active duty, Guard, Reserve, civilians, and family members work hundreds of volunteer hours that help our local organizations and account directly or indirectly for thousands of jobs and a $2.1 billion impact to the local area. We're looking forward to another 100 years and beyond of partnering with the City of Newport News.
Newport News Shipbuilding has been in the city for 131 years. We are focused here at the shipyard on people and technology. We're looking to attract a talented group of people that would want to come to a city that continues to grow, that continues with the arts, the education, outdoor activities, that offers a sense of family and community. So what the city can do for us is to continue to look forward, to continue to provide educational opportunities, both in the elementary school, the high school, and the college level, and to continue to build the infrastructures for the community so people will want to raise their children here. We would like to be in the city for another 131 years.
I think for me, it would be the people. The people that have come to this city, have made their life in this city for themselves, for their children, for their future generations. There was a time where we thought maybe it was just Americans and homegrown folks here, but now as time goes, we have learned that we have people here from all over the world, coming here with different belief systems, of obviously different languages, and even different types of dress. And it was kind of scary at first, but we in Newport News, we have learned to embrace, we have put aside our cultural biases, we have learned to ask questions, we have learned to work together. Understanding one another is very important to keep a city unified, keep a city safe, keep it healthy and educated. And I think that is a great thing for our future, for our kids who are growing up with kids from other countries and learning. These are things that they can't even learn in a textbook. These are things that we are giving them the opportunity to grow up and be as productive as a unit. And I think that's great. And todo pasa bueno aquí en Newport News.
In the good old days, it was Framework for the Future. Now it's One City, One Future 2040. And the work was done by citizen volunteers. And I know that the power of a group, the group dynamics is such, that it can change the future of this city. I've seen it. We can't be a unique and a classically forward-thinking, forward-moving, friendly, safe place to live if the citizens won't participate. Now, I'm 77. I doubt very seriously if I say 2040, but I'll bet you I'll get a look at it from on high. And so, I hope you'll agree with me that what I'm saying to you makes sense, catches your attention, and makes you think about volunteering. You won't be sorry. Neither will I. Remember, I'll be up there looking down, okay?
Now, just as Mr. Lemming pointed out, in order for us to successfully build our future, citizen engagement and input is necessary. So I'm asking everyone here today to join with us and the community partners you just heard from in creating thriving and vibrant community, one that Mr. Lemming can look down upon and smile. For Newport News, our dream is a city that is economically successful, a city that is able to adapt and bounce back when things don't go as hoped or planned. To do this, we must be on a strong financial footing. I am proud to announce that both Moody's and Standard & Poor's rating agencies have once again given the city their second highest bond ratings. These ratings affirm that we are a stable and diverse economy and are on strong financial management. This is made more evident by the growing variety of businesses that are choosing to start, to expand, to invest, and to locate in Newport News. And we are excited that longtime businesses and community partners like Ferguson Enterprises are choosing to continue to call Newport News home. After a multi-state search for its new campus, Ferguson chose to invest nearly $83 million to expand its Newport News operations right here in Newport News in City Center. This expansion creates 434 new jobs and retains 1,000 jobs here on the peninsula. We've also recently learned that Newport News Shipbuilding, the iconic industry for our city, will work jointly with Connecticut-based Electric Boat to build a new fleet of Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines for the Navy. These subs will replace the aging Ohio-class subs. This is an incredible opportunity. To support this effort, the shipyard is investing more than $750 million in its facility and will create 1,000 new jobs by the year 2025. And at the end of last year, Newport News Shipbuilding announced that it will be leasing 85,000 square feet of a new 100,000 square foot office building in Brooks Crossing. This project will ultimately be the workplace for 600 engineering and design-related jobs. This demonstrates the shipyard's commitment to investing in the Southeast community and the city as a whole. Newport News Shipbuilding location in Brooks Crossing also serves as a catalyst to attract other businesses to that area. And just a few short weeks ago, it was my pleasure to represent the city at the groundbreaking of Building 1 at Tech Center Research Park. Building 1 will provide world-class facilities for research and entrepreneurship as we serve as an engine for growth in our research corridor. As you know, we live in a global society, and we are positioning ourselves to compete on the world stage, demonstrated by 21 international firms that have chosen to do business in Newport News. One of these firms is the U.S. division of Mühlbauer Incorporated, a German firm that is the world's top producer of machinery designed to manufacture smart cards. They are investing $12 million to expand their facility in Oakland Industrial Park. The 50,000 square foot expansion will add 15 new jobs, increasing its workforce by 50%. And today, I am announcing that a new business is opening here in City Center in the former Toby Keith space. We are proud to welcome Boathouse Live, a new restaurant and live music venue offering a dynamic atmosphere for artists and audiences alike. This new business provides citizens and visitors to Newport News another entertainment and dining option. These business investments bring with them new employment and advancement opportunities for our citizens. A variety of employment opportunities and a diverse workforce help to ensure that as our economy changes, we will adapt and continue to prosper. You know, Warren Buffett said, "Someone is sitting in the shade today because someone else planted a tree a long time ago." As we grow and change, we must carefully consider our choices in land use, stormwater management, energy use, emissions, and solid waste management, and natural resources. And our experience has shown us that climate change is real and must be addressed. Therefore, back in 2013, the City Council endorsed a sustainability plan and implemented NN Green. It is an initiative to engage citizens in making Newport News a sustainable community. Our sustainability program has been very successful and has earned numerous awards. This year, we've been recognized by the Virginia Environmental Excellence Program, awarded Platinum certification as Green Government, and received the Governor's Clean Fleet Award for our use of alternative fueled vehicles. All of these awards recognize the work that we've done in implementing policies, and programs that protect our environment. Now, I want to take a moment to say that we are standing with Houston and Florida and Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, as all of those affected by the Hurricane Harvey, Irma, and Maria. We thank the residents of our city who are reaching out to help rebuild these devastated communities. Our prayers also go out to the families of those who were killed and those injured Sunday night in Las Vegas. But you know, I am always moved by the extraordinary acts of human kindness and bravery that are displayed in situations like these. We also dream of a place where citizens can move freely to work, to school, to go shopping, and to attend cultural and recreational events. Transportation is no doubt a challenge throughout the region, and in Newport News, our unique geography adds to these challenges. A true multimodal approach must be part of any realistic plan for our future. To that end, we will construct a new multimodal transportation center located off Bland Boulevard. This new station makes Newport News more accessible as we continue to explore other options to improve connectivity throughout the city. Now, speaking of connectivity, I don't know about you, but I cannot wait for the completion of the first phase of I-64 widening in December. Improving accessibility also means creating and building livable, healthy neighborhoods where services are nearby, communities where we can walk, bike, play, and learn. That means the creation of new housing opportunities like Patrick Henry Place, Huntington Point, Tech Center, and Brennan Point. We are committed to building strong foundations that provide decent and affordable neighborhoods for people of every age, background, and income. As the city works to implement our housing strategy, that effort is bolstered by opportunities such as the Choice Neighborhoods Initiative. Last year, I mentioned that the City of Newport News Redevelopment and Housing Authority had received a Choice Neighborhoods Initiative, or C&I grant, from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. We are using this grant to develop a community-driven plan to transform the Marshall Ridley neighborhood. Through this effort, we recognized a critical asset within the study area, the Chase Bag property. Our Economic Development Authority recently acquired that property, and it is a large, vacant waterfront parcel that was formerly occupied by Chase Packaging. This long-term strategic acquisition will play a pivotal role in the transformation of the Southeast community. Implementation of the plan will turn Marshall Ridley area into a neighborhood of choice, a place where anyone and everyone will want to live. Now, the next step for the city is to make the C&I plan a reality. So it came as wonderful news that HUD recently announced the availability of up to $30 million in grant funds for implementation. Now, you can rest assured we are already working on that application. Council and city staff are committed to this effort, as transformation of the Marshall Ridley neighborhood will truly be building our future one block at a time. We are building a foundation that provides diverse and significant neighborhood amenities like libraries, parks, and community centers. These are the things that bring us together as friends, families, and neighbors. The things that add to the vitality and quality of life for our residents. And speaking of bringing us together, I invite you to our signature event, the One City Marathon. Next year's marathon weekend takes place on March the 2nd through the 4th, and we are looking forward to seeing all of you participate. There are other ways to participate other than running. A key part of our foundation is public safety. Citizens, businesses, and visitors need to feel safe in their homes and communities. And of course, this is our highest priority. Our outstanding police department continues to work in partnership with our citizens to keep Newport News safe as we transition to new leadership. While overall crime is down, youth and young adult violence is still a perpetual concern. We continue to support and fund our highly successful training and enrichment program, STEP. And the reason we do that is because it works. I can tell you that this summer, over 400 young people between the ages of 16 and 24 participated in STEP. I can tell you that this summer, more than 70 businesses served as work sites for our participants. But more important than the numbers is the impact that we see on the lives of our young people. People like Lan Su, who came to STEP homeless and without a job, and now has full-time employment with his work site. Like Angelica, who was an introvert when she started STEP this year, and has blossomed in her confidence, where she says, I got this, and she no longer needs STEP. And like Isaiah, who is now pursuing a technical trade through New Horizons and has full-time employment with his STEP business. I believe Isaiah is here today. Can you please stand? We have success stories like this because many of you who are here today offer to train and mentor our STEP participants. I thank you for being a part of this transformative experience, and I invite other businesses who have not participated in STEP program to join us and be a part of the change we are making in young people's lives. The more we understand what is required for our city to be safe, the more we see themes emerge. The community must engage in solutions to issues. Collaborative partnerships work better than directives in solving problems. And finally, education and opportunity are truly the building blocks to a better future. That being said, there must be strong relationships between the police and the community, between city government and our cities, and between the city and the school system. It is this kind of engagement and it is these strong relationships that help us to build a safe city. Speaking of schools, we are committed to strengthening the partnership between Newport News schools and the city. The future of our children demands this. Schools and cities are not mutually exclusive. If we're going to have viable neighborhoods where people want to live, want to work, want to play and learn, we must have good schools. Now let me recognize some of the work being done in our schools. Great work, such as Summer Program for Art, Recreation and Knowledge, or the SPARK program. We know that children who are without access to summer learning programs are at risk of losing the academic and social, emotional gains made during the school year. This year, 7,000 students took advantage of the SPARK programs to help retain what they learned during the school year and gain in-depth enrichment experiences. And Newport News Public Schools was awarded a grant from the Virginia Department of Education in the amount of $2.7 million for extended learning programs, including SPARK. And most people don't know that Newport News school system has 13 magnet and specialty programs, offers more advanced placement courses than any other school district or private school on the peninsula, and offers an early college program that allows high school seniors to earn up to 19 semester hours of college credit before they graduate. This year, Newport News schools have earned numerous awards for their outstanding programs, such as the Virginia Star Program and the Stimulating Minds Program, along with awards in arts, environmental stewardship, financial literacy, and much more. The Newport News public school system is helping us to build a successful future by giving our students skills and tools they need to be college, career, and citizen ready. Now, as you exit today, I invite you to take a minute to visit with members of the robotics teams from Heritage and Menchfield. These high schools they will be in the lobby demonstrating some of those skills as they show off their robots. Will you join me in a round of applause to recognize the great things that are happening in our Newport News public schools? As we build our future, we look at things that are unique to Newport News, things that I always say we take for granted. This city is rich in diversity and cultural heritage and historical resources. Nearly every place you go in Newport News, there is public art, a museum, or a historic site. This council is committed to providing cultural and recreational activities and venues that enhance our quality of life and bring visitors to our city. We can't forget our unique neighborhoods, such as Hilton Village, celebrating its 100th anniversary next year, and Huntington Heights, which are both listed on the National Register of Historic Places, along with over 30 other sites in Newport News. Our historic resources add charm and aesthetic value to our communities. They provide educational opportunities for students and visitors alike. They promote tourism in the city, which has economic benefits and leads to job creation. In fact, last year in Newport News, tourism generated $295 billion in revenue, supported over 3,000 jobs, and brought in $10 million in local taxes. And I invite you to join us on October the 20th for an open house for our new tourism office here in City Center. We will continue to embrace our historic and cultural resources as strong building blocks for this city's future. One of our goals is to form stronger partnerships to better integrate our military and civilian communities. Fort Eustis is a vital partner to our city's success and a key partner in our nation's military mission. We are proud of the close relationship we have built and maintained with our local federal facilities. In 2018, Fort Eustis will celebrate its 100th anniversary. Colonel Clayton, we look forward to joining with you and celebrate this centennial, sir. Last year, we left you with a bold vision of Newport News reimagined. As we work to achieve that vision, we continue to focus on community renewal, investing in our people and in our neighborhoods. Our future will be about revitalizing, renewing, reinvesting, redeveloping, and reinvigorating, reinforcing those foundations that create a diverse community, a place of employment, housing, education, entertainment, and culture, and making us a magnet for the 21st century workforce. Now, you have demonstrated through efforts like the Comprehensive Plan, the Choice Neighborhoods Initiative, and other processes that citizen input and engagement are critical to moving our city forward. There is an Ethiopian proverb that says, "When spiders unite, they can tie up a lion." As we unite to build a strong foundation, we will realize our dream for Newport News. We are indeed a self-sustaining city, a historical city, a maritime city, a city of art, science, and technology, a city of military, shipbuilders, and corporations, a city of culturally diverse people and public spaces, a city not on the brink of greatness, but one that is already great. Our vision is not just that what we hope to achieve, but rather a dream that is being brought to fruition, a legacy for future generations, built on a solid foundation, one block at a time. Thank you.